Alright guys, so this video is gonna kinda sum up the last 4 months of me owning this car. I actually got it the day right after Christmas, and before you say anything about, oh, I'm rich and getting a car for Christmas, I actually sadly inherited this car, and it has been sitting here for over a year. It definitely took some work to get it up and running, but yeah, this video is kind of gonna summarize everything that I've done to it in the last 4 months, kind of all the mods I've done, getting it running, and also what it's been like having my first car, because I am 15. This is my first car, so this is also kind of my first car experience, and also slash getting a 4Runner running after it's been sitting for over a year. Some of the things that I did to it within the first couple days of having it, actually the first day, was I tried to siphon out the gas and put new gas in, and that didn't work, so I just ended up putting 5 gallons of new gas in instead. And I also tried to change the spark plugs, and I also added some fogging oil in the engine. I didn't change the oil actually, because I knew that it was brand new oil, because I had actually changed that oil back in March while it had still been sitting there. It actually ran at a time when I did the oil change. And this right here is the first start I did. I had my neighbor help me jump start it because the battery was dead. Sorry for the background noise, the garbage truck was really late that day for some reason. And so the gasoline that it was starting on was actually about a year old. And also another dumb thing I did was not let it run for a while. I actually killed it right away, which meant that the battery was still dead and never got to charge it. So mistakes are made, but I learned from them since then. Alright, so this is the first picture I took while we were gutting the interior, and the reason we were doing this is so that one, we could clean it up, and you can see it looks a lot better here, but also because we wanted to put some sound insulation in under the carpet. And you can see here, this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looked like after. I got this stuff from Home Depot. It was like 12 bucks a roll, and it worked really well. And here is the first wash of the car. It came out pretty well. And as you can see here, it actually looks really clean. This is it in stock form before I started changing things. And actually one of the first things I changed was taking off the side markers. And there was a lot of dirt behind there, and I wish that I had done that before I washed it and not after. And so here you can see after I made the change and before I made the change. I'm kind of on the fence on it now, but at the time I really liked it. Here's the wood grain I took out of the 98 Limited just to see how it would look. I really like it and hope to do that someday. And here I changed from the spare tires on both cars to get rid of the old ones because they looked really bad. And the battery actually died during that, so you can see here I had to jump start it. And I also painted the letters at the same time, and I think that that looks really good. And here I was trying to get rid of that dent. Didn't work so well, but I did cut some plastic out of the bumper there. And here you can see I found a plastic air baffle that I thought would be cool as a little bash bar. And you can see here it actually worked really well. I thought it would be cool for like if there's like a low speed collision, or I could mount some lights to it. And I actually did mount lights to it later. Here you can see I did some plastic dipping on the bumper. It came out really well. I tried to cover up all the chrome, and I also wanted to hide the dent a bit more. And you can also see here that I did the back as well as the badges and the license plate frame surround, and it came out pretty good. Here I took off the side steps because I wanted to look taller than it is without doing any lift, and it actually made it look a lot taller. As you can see here, it does look a lot taller. These cars are both at stock ride height, but mine looks taller because there's no steps on it. And here I took apart the whole dash to get the green covers off all the interior lights, and now it's kind of an orangey color. And these are some fog lights and some polish that I bought from AutoZone to kind of make the car look a little bit better. And these are the lights when I first mounted them. I actually ended up pointing them sideways a little bit to kind of spread the beam out a bit. As you can see here, they actually worked pretty well and kind of worked in conjunction with the headlights. And here is just a couple montage pictures here. This is actually the day that I swapped all the tires around because they were going to the snow. My brother and my dad were going to the snow in this car, and I also tested out the chains too, as you can see. And these are some pictures from when it went to the snow. They got a lot of snow overnight, but luckily everybody was alright and they were able to make it home safe. And here's just some more pictures of the car after I've cleaned it up and kind of how it's looking right now. You can see it still has the 98 tires on it. This is after I had washed it and polished it up a bit. I also had removed all the plastic up except for that bit on the back of the bumper there. And here I had tried to adjust a fog light, but it actually ended up falling off. I've been able to do it before, but for some reason it fell off this time. So I took them off the bar and I mounted them directly to the bumper because it had drill bits this time. And the last few pictures here are just me getting some suspension flex in here. Probably the first time this truck has ever had any kind of suspension flex at all. It's pretty much just been a highway warrior all its life. So yeah, I thought I'd just do that. And then we also had a silly string war on Easter Day as well. So that's kind of the conclusion of it. And thank you for watching the kind of life story of the last few months with this car.